A 7% increase on your share is nothing to write home about. I think yesterday on Sky News, Vince Cable described it as neutral.
The Conservatives. It's twice the increase the Conservatives had, and you've written home about them. So it's good that you have indeed shown that the only party the party with the biggest increase in share of the vote was the Liberal Democrats. And what we have seen on Thursday, if you like, is a rare thing in that we've had a crystal ball into what's coming next. In 5 weeks' time, there'll be a general election where, at the moment, Theresa May is heading for a kind of majority even bigger than the one that Margaret Thatcher had in the 1980s. And that means all of our communities, your family, our children, taken for granted. And there's only one opposition party left standing after Thursday, not just standing, but growing, and that's the Liberal Democrats.
Okay, so why not, Mr. Farron, why not establish a coalition?
Children, the Liberal Democrats are the only alternative.
Mr. Farron, why not establish a coalition and say to Labour and the SNP that you will establish a coalition in order to keep the Conservatives out? You can't do it alone?
So just look at the results and just look at where the directions of the country is going. I am determined to lead a opposition, a party that builds a country that means people are decent to one another. I see a Labour Party where they are losing seats to the Conservatives. The SNP are obviously pegged at the number of seats they've got unless they decide to, pour over the border into England. Who knows? Aggressive foreign policy wouldn't put it past Nicola Sturgeon. But when all said and done, the only party which has the capacity, as Thursday proves, to grow and to win against the Conservatives and prevent the catastrophe of a colossal majority, which means you and your family, your hospital, your school being taken for granted by Theresa May, is the Liberal Democrats. The best thing I can do for progressive politics and for all of our communities is to make sure I lead the Liberal Democrats to a very strong result, to be the real alternative to the Conservatives, because no one else is doing that job.
So you're saying that there will be no coalition, even if it was for the national interest, in your view?
Well, we've said, two weeks ago I was very clear the Liberal Democrats will be forming no coalition with Labour or the Conservatives after this general election. We take the view that, and I was very clear in this, that I don't want people looking at the Liberal Democrats and thinking voting for us is a proxy for voting for anything else. Voting Liberal Democrat is voting to be a clear alternative to the Conservatives. You don't need to agree with me on everything to agree that Britain needs a decent, strong opposition. Thursday proves that can only now be...
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.